Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy. I'm the dyer behind Stress Knits Yarns, and this is a very special video brought to you by my lovely patrons over on Patreon who financially support this YouTube channel and make content like this possible. So a huge thank you to them. They also get this content first and exclusively for a little bit before it is released publicly on YouTube. So today is a very special day. It is a video that has been in the making for I've thought about doing this for probably about 3 months, and I'm so excited because I am obsessed with one project in particular, and that is what I'm wearing as well. So this is my Half and Half Triangles wrap by Purl Soho, and that is what this video is all about. I have another video all about the Half and Half wrap. If you're interested, I will try to remember to link it below. But let's see. I started my first in August of 2020, and since then I am knitting number 3. I love it, and I have plans for many more. So first I'm going to give an overview of the wrap, the pattern specifics, the way that I make mine, and the 2 that I have made so far, and then we will get into the one that I'm making currently and future color combinations, and also just kind of playing around with all of the linen quilt that I have in front of me. It is laid out all on my desk. And so, well, actually, this might be some more linen quilt showing up. Let's find out. Is not. So I do have one more package of linen quill that is supposed to be here Monday. And that kind of bums me out because I'm not going to have time to record this video next weekend. So I might hold off and record just like a quick little video with those colors. I think there are 4 more colors that are headed my way, or maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video later when some more colors are stocked that I'm waiting for. I'm not sure yet. So, but trust me, this project is not going away from my channel anytime soon. I am obsessed with it. It is the ultimate comfort knit. And I've talked about comfort knitting a lot. I think there's something therapeutic about choosing a specific project and color to really support you in a stressful or hard time. And for me, over this past year, the Half and Half has really become that project for me, and it is something that I cannot imagine having off the needles. Like, I want one on my needles at all times. It is such a steady project. It is predictable and it is soothing. And it's just so fun because you get to play with all of these beautiful colors. And if you decide to take it away from linen quill, there's just even more possibilities. So it's just such a beautiful project. It is a very large project. It is a long-term project. But I think it's worth it. I really do. I think it is. Yeah, I really think this is going to be a staple on my needles for years to come because I'm knitting number 3 and I have about 6 that I know I want to make. So there's that. It is knit out of Linen Quill by Purl Soho. Here is one skein. So this is the tag. It is 50% fine Highland wool, 35% alpaca, and 15% linen. I know people have found this yarn to not, that they didn't like it for a variety of reasons. Some people have found it a little prickly, and some people have found it to be splitty. I have not found either of those to be true for myself, but we have to remember that yarn is such a personal choice. What feels good to our skin, what feels good in our hands, what feels good going across our needles is all very personal, and it varies from person to person. So like if linen quill isn't your bag, or if you're allergic to alpaca, or if you or if this yarn just isn't accessible for whatever reason, there are other options that you could use. Basically any fingering weight yarn. I would highly recommend picking something with a nice drape. Excuse me. I have to sneeze. Something with a nice drape. Maybe if you want to venture into something with a little bit of a silk content, if that's something you gravitate towards, or even like a cashmere content, I think that could be really enjoyable. But for me, linen quill is it. Between the way the yarn feels, the fabric it makes, and the colors it is available in, I can't imagine knitting a wrap with anything else. But again, it's all personal preference, and I fully respect anyone who doesn't like this yarn. I also use Addy turbos or rockets when I am knitting my wrap. So this is a rocket. So it has a little bit of a pointier needle, but it's no high sharp. It's a little, maybe it's a little duller than a Chiaogu. I haven't used Chiaogus in a long time. I don't like them. And I don't like highs either. Like, again, it's a very personal preference, but I do think it's important to find a needle that works with the project you're using, or if you're someone who like needs a high sharp, and you're finding it splits the yarn, then I don't know what to say. I started knitting my third on Leica needles, and I'm just not a wood fan, but it was really nice on there. But I did eventually switch over to Addies. I went up a needle size because I am a tight knitter, and also I prefer a size 4 to the size 3 US that it calls for. So I knit all of mine on a US 4. I think I might have knit my first one on a US 5. I don't know. But again, I'm a tight knitter, so I wanted to get a gauge that wasn't bulletproof. And so this is my first rep. Yeah, so I went at least one needle size up to a US 4, but possibly a US 5, because for me, my ideal yarn and needle combination is a US 5 on a fingering weight yarn. I think it creates such a beautiful fabric. I don't know. It's just my preference. The more that I'm thinking about this, the more I believe I knit the first one on a 5. But I could be wrong. So I will try to link all of my Ravelry project pages for the 3 that I have project pages for, so that you will get all the information, the colors, and the needle size that I'm using or used. For the first 2 wraps, I did the wrap and turn short rows, which is what the pattern calls for. Purl Soho has a wonderful tutorial linked in the pattern, which is free. Did I even say the name of this pattern? It is the Half and Half Triangles Wrap by Purl Soho. It is a free pattern on their website, and yeah, so you make, let's talk about the construction of the shawl. So it is a giant square. Or yeah, kind of rectangle-y square. So it is quite large, and you knit it one triangle at a time. So you cast on, I don't remember what color I cast on and bound off with. I think this is my cast on edge. So you cast on the full number of stitches based on the size you are knitting. The pattern has two different sizes. You either cast on 190 stitches or 260. I have always cast on the 260. It's what I like. So I cast on 260 stitches, and then you wrap and turn every single stitch. So it creates this giant triangle. The first half that you knit, the rows get shorter and shorter, and the second half you knit get longer and longer. Yes, but the inspirations of this knit are the Caddy Jacks ladies from the Caddy Jacks podcast, so Caitlin and Jackie, who were inspired by Debbie Korb, who they've had on the podcast a few times. So if you're interested, I will try to link some of that below, at least their YouTube channel, and drink some coffee. And so Jackie has a really good tutorial about how to do wrap and turns for this shawl. Let's see, I think that's everything about it. It is a very simple project, which is why I love it and find it very comforting. So there are many ways to wear it, and I am not a fashion forward person, as you can tell as I'm in my flannel. So I'm probably not the best person to be like, this is how you style the shawl, but I'll show you the few ways that I wear it. So I fold it in half like a triangle, and I wear it like a shawl. This is super comforting when I'm working and I need to like type, or if I'm knitting on the couch. It's just a nice thing to wrap around myself. Another way that I wear it is off center, and I just wrap it around until it feels right and secure. Sometimes I pull it over my my shoulder and just wear it like this. Or if you want to show off both, you fold it in half the other way, and now you have, wow, that was that was horrible. I'm not great at fiddling with large pieces of fabric. Okay, so my goodness. Anyway, you get the idea. So where you fold it in half this way, and then you have both colors showing pretty equally, and you can also wear it the other way. I know there are a lot of different ways you can wear this. It's a giant square, but those are the ways that I would wear it. I'm not super fussy when it comes to styling. I like something to be easy. I really just want to wrap it around myself and go. So this is probably how I'm going to be living in it, especially in the winter, because I live in Detroit, Michigan, and it gets very cold in the winter. Yeah, so that's how I wear it. Let's talk about the ones that I've knit. So this is number one. This I cast on in August of 2020. Let's get all cozy so I can chat. August of 2020, and I cast this on because of Caddy Jack's Knits. They are running, if you're watching this when I post it, they're currently running a knit along that started last year in 2020 and runs to Rhinebeck 2021. And I just thought it was this beautiful idea of everybody knitting something together with the hopes of a reunion in Rhinebeck. I'm not going to Rhinebeck in 2021, but it's been super fun to see the community come around this project, and it's really fun to be a part of. So I feel really lucky that I was able to jump on this knit along. So I picked two colors that are pretty obvious for me. These are definitely colors that I gravitate towards. So the first color here is Rose Granite. It's a pretty, I think a lot of people have knit with this color. It's beautiful. It's a very cool gray pink color. It kind of leans a little purple. I just think it's gorgeous. So this is Rose Granite. And then the other side is one of my favorite linen quill colors, and that is Pale Mushroom. So it just makes this beautiful, subtle color combination that I can tell I'm going to reach for time and time again. I'm gonna keep drinking coffee because this is the third video I've recorded, and I'm not used to talking this much, so bear with me. Yeah, so I really love this color combination. As I was knitting this one, my mom saw it and asked if I could knit her one, and this is essentially 5 skeins of fingering weight yarn, because I find that I use 2.5 skeins per triangle. It's a lot of fingering weight yarn. It's a very long-term project. The first one I cast on in August of 2020, and I bound off in March of 2021. It's a long time on the needles. But this next one I knit much quicker because it was for my mom, and I wanted to finish it by her birthday, which is at the beginning of May. So I showed her the Purl Soho website, and I had her pick her colors, and she picked this gorgeous color combination, which is not something that I would have knit for myself. I like both of these colors a lot, and I really love this color combination. So the first color is Hemlock Green. I haven't seen this colorway in stock since I bought it. I don't know if it's not coming back or what, but it is a very blue green, because they have one called Juniper that's a little more yellow. So just putting that out there. And then the other color is Mountain Bluebird, which is gorgeous. So this is my mom's, and I knit it the same way that I knit mine. It goes really well with the colors in my parents' house, and colors that my mom likes to wear. So yeah, so that was half and half wrap number 2. Number 3 is also for myself, and it is a departure from what I normally find myself knitting. And you'll see why. I am not normally a neon kind of girl, but when I saw Bright Flamingo from Purl Soho, it's this very warm bright pink instead of a bluish cool hot pink, because I don't love neon, but an occasional pop is kind of fun. But if I'm going hot pink, it needs to be a warm hot pink like this. So I picked Oh, it's so fun. I picked the Bright Flamingo and I paired it with Pale Mushroom. I love it. I didn't think I would love this one as much. I thought it was just going to be something fun to knit, but the more that I like drape it over myself as I'm knitting it, the more I want to wear it. So I'm getting really excited to have this one done. It is currently September 18th, 2021. I'm hoping to have this done by the end of September. I am already nearly done with the first skein of Pale Mushroom. I have this much left to go. So I think that that's doable if I'm monogamous. And honestly, this is all I want to work on right now. So the difference is I'm knitting this on a US 4. These are the Addy Turbos. See how they're a little more blunt of a tip? And then I'm doing German short rows instead of wrap and turns. And I really like the way that this comes across. It's a much softer line. With the wrap and turns, there's a what's it called? A ridge. There's more of a ridge. So it's a harder break than the German short row. I don't know if that's coming across. But I really like both methods, and I can see myself using both as I continue to knit these wraps. So I'm really excited to have this one off the needles. And then after I cast this off, hopefully by October, I am planning to cast my fourth on. Fourth. And I have been trying to figure out what color combination I'm going to knit next. And I knew it was going to be one that included honey pink. This is going to be the color I cast on in October. It is one of my favorite linen quill colors. I think it's so beautiful. It's a little pinker in person, not much. This is pretty close, but I'm going to be pairing it with Rosewood pink. And I love this combination so much. I just think it's so beautiful. And so my kind of hope is to knit this through October, November, and then knit this around the holidays because it's just such a, it's such a pretty reddish pink. I really love this color combination. Again, this was inspired by Jackie of Caddy Jack's Knits. She pulled this up on a few of the podcasts where they talk about the half and half wrap. And when I saw this combination, I was like, okay, I need to make that one too. It's so beautiful and it's my kind of colors. But I also thought about pairing with honey pink, juniper green, which is probably going to happen at some point. Actually, this is linen quill worsted. I was accidentally sent worsted instead of the regular, and I'm sending this back and getting it exchanged once they have it in stock. But it's still a really beautiful yarn. I will say that I do prefer the fingering weight, but it is still such a beautiful yarn. So when I show this one, it looks thicker. It is the worsted weight. So honey pink, so great. Another color combination inspired by Jackie of Caddy Jack's is this. She knit this one. I think this was her second half and half wrap. And this is Butterscotch and Pale Mushroom. This will be my third time using Pale Mushroom, but I'm gonna be honest with you. it's the best color. It goes with everything. So this will be happening. I really love this idea, and her finished one is just so beautiful. And I love these colors so much that I think this would be a really fun one to make. Another one I'm planning on making is this one. So this is turmeric, yellow, and pink peony. And I mean, this is just kind of my color. These are my colors. This shouldn't surprise anyone. If you hear that, Eliza is playing. So sorry for the noise. She's downstairs with my husband, Doug. Yes. So, yes, pink peony and turmeric pink will be happening. Trying to think of what else. Okay, so these next two are completely out of my comfort zone and not something that I would normally gravitate towards, because these are not colors I usually pick to wear. But I'm not sure about one of them, but I know I'm going to knit the other one. So I'm going to show you the one that I know I'm going to knit. And when I put this up, if you have been watching for a while, you're going to be very confused by this color combination. Are you ready? Right? So this is actually an example that Purl Soho put together for the wrap, and it is High Tide, which is the dark, and then True Turquoise. And I'm playing around. I know this is for sure happening, the High Tide, but I'm also playing around with celadon instead of this. So I'm going to make a tonal blue wrap. Actually, I'm leaning towards this. I don't know yet, but so this is vintage celadon. I don't know. I really love this blue for some reason. I don't normally use blue. I don't normally wear blue, but I love this color. I love this color. So a tonal blue wrap is going to happen. I don't know which way I'm going to lean. I'm probably going to start off with High Tide and pick my other blue when it's time. And then the other one that's weird for me, and I don't know if I'm going to make this one yet, but I love this color combination, and I just love it. As I'm holding it next to my face, I'm like, yeah, I'm totally gonna make this. So this is dark iris and purple smoke. I think this is the one that Sandy from By the Lakeside is making. Now this dark iris is just so beautiful. I don't know. I really like this color combination. So those are all the ones that I'm planning on making, like for sure going to make. So as you can see, I've got my work cut out for me. I have a lot to look forward to, and I just really love playing with all of the color. But I'm going to show you just some other fun color combinations that maybe might inspire you. We'll see. So one of them is Butterscotch with bright flamingo. That's super fun. I really like that. Juniper with pink peony. Juniper with, where are you? Rose granite would be gorgeous. Juniper with vintage celadon is like, ugh, right? Beautiful. I'm going to give you, so if you are trying to figure out your color combination and you're going to use linen quill, I guess if you're using any color, my advice is to pick your favorite color. So if you, I'm trying to figure out what one I want to show with this. So if you are like, oh, I really love peachy pink, my recommendation is to pair it with a neutral, and specifically, if you're using linen quill, pale mushroom. I think pale mushroom goes with everything. I also really like peachy pink with pale oats. I think that is a really beautiful color combo. But pairing pale mushroom with just about any color is going to be beautiful. Pale mushroom true turquoise, pale mushroom purple smoke, dark iris. That's beautiful. Juniper. I mean, and kettle black and pale mushroom and honey pink is super fun. Like, it's just pale mushroom and peach stone. This is like a darker version of my first one. Oh, I love this color. Chestnut red and pale mushroom. Like, pale mushroom, here it is with super orange. Like, it goes with everything. If you want to do like a really subtle neutral, pale oats and pale mushroom, stunning. It is just, I think everybody needs a wrap with pale mushroom and a color. I'm probably going to have several of pale mushroom with a color. This is peony pink, pink peony. Peony pink. And like, this is the one that I'm working on right now. So pale mushroom is, yes. One color combo also inspired by Jackie that I am genuinely thinking about, but I'm gonna sit on for a while, is what she's making for her 4th, which is peony pink and super orange, which is like, only Jackie could put these together, and it is just so good. It is so good. It's really good. I mean, like, the color palette is really good. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Other colors that I really love, you could do, I think this is the best gray that they have, and it is Stonewall gray, like peony pink. Gorgeous. Even do it with some of the brighter ones. Really pretty. Make a more subtle one. Of course, just pairing it with kettle black. I mean, the possibilities are just endless. I mean, this color palette is just like, how, like, everything is just so pretty, and I just love it. And there are so many things you can make with linen quill. There are baby blankets. That'll probably eventually happen here, and the daily pullover. Like, this is not all going to be half and half wraps. I just want to make that very clear. But also, if it is, I'm going to be really happy. So, I'm obsessed with it, and I think everyone should cast one on. Pick colors you love. Go out of your comfort zone with colors that you love that you might not normally wear. This is just such a big, beautiful project that you get to just drape over yourself and, I mean, stay warm and be comforted. And the journey of making this is just so good. It is so good. It's addicting, and I will probably always have one on the needles for the foreseeable future. So Let me know down below your favorite color combinations, what you're making with, what colors you're using for your half and half wrap, color combinations you're dreaming of, and I will probably talk about color combos more because I really love it. I hope you enjoyed this special episode, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye.